Here we are, folks. I just watched a brief replay. No one's here yet. If you build it, they will come. You guys will come. One watching, one like, two watching, two likes. You guys are too kind. You are far too kind. What up, Jeremy? What up, Blackie? Sup? 4 watching, 3 likes. Alright, I'm gonna start this one with a, I think I did this in some form yesterday, but today it's a little bit more, I suppose, kind of serious. Hey, Stephanie, what's up? How are you? Yes, I have to shave, if anyone's gonna make a comment. That will be done in the morning. But aside from my less than ideal on camera, now I can turn off Fox, thy JB. I think you mean thanks, JB. Yeah, okay. Yeah, Fox after Outnumbered and Dana Perino's show, which I'm actually growing to like. Not so good. Not so good. But I want to start this program. I want to start this live stream with a, and as everybody can see, I have a very calm demeanor, all right? Okay? I'm like a very sane, responsible person. We all have our flaws, all right? But I want to start this stream off with a number of things in order of importance. Number 1, prayers to the 17 and possibly, unfortunately, more victims of the shooting at the school in Florida. It's a disgrace. It's an absolute disgrace. It's a natural frickin' tragedy. Every one of these goddamn mass shootings or mass casualty events, because it doesn't necessarily have to be guns, it could be pipe bombs, it could be anything. I want to start this program off by saying my, and by extension, our chat community, our thoughts and prayers go to the families of those victims, because nobody could ever, in their worst nightmares, mentally put themselves in the position that the family members of that event are now in. Right now. All right? So we'll keep that brief, and I'll cut it there. All right? Number 2. Hey, what's up, Joy? Number 2. I've received some criticism recently, and I won't cite any names, but let's say it could be friends, it could be family members, it could be parents, that they don't like the fact that I live stream, and they think that I come across as crazy and unhinged, and, you know, I shouldn't do this anymore. Well, I've been doing this for 8 months, so almost a year. And there's never been so much of a microscope placed on my doing this, which is a show, which is just my face talking to you folks and engaging in a chat room, okay? So these are people from an older generation, all right? They're simply from a different generation. And maybe it makes them uncomfortable to see their son or daughter, because I know a lot of you females out there are live streaming as well. It makes them uncomfortable to know that their son or daughter is live streaming on YouTube, and they see it and they freak out and they go, what the hell? And plus, if you pile up on top of that, you know, like extra blue cheese on a burger or something, when there's already too much lettuce, tomato, mayo, pickle, whatever, if you pile up on that burger too much blue cheese, it's like it's too much. It's just too much for them to handle, all right? But all this is new technology. I can pop into my iPhone, I hit 3 clicks, and then I start a live stream. And people might be asking, they might be I know you guys aren't, but folks out there might be asking themselves, well, why do you live stream? Isn't it kind of strange to put yourself out there on the internet? Guess what, folks? Do you have a fucking debit card? Do you have a credit card? Do you have a bank account? Do you have a car payment? Do you write checks to your landlord? Well, then guess what? Your name is public. It just so happens that in my format, aside from all that other stuff, of which I have and of which I do, except for the car payment, because this son of a bitch is paid off. 2013 Toyota Corolla, just over 90,000 miles, paid the fuck off, and I have the title, I own it. So aside from this vehicle, everything I've said about myself there is very accurate. And there's really nothing different, all right? So whether it's parents, aunts, uncles, cousins, nephews, old, young, you better get used to this kind of stuff because it's not going to go away. And if I stop live streaming, then 13 others are going to pop up who aren't going to be talking about 9/11 and Sandy Hook and now Pizzagate and the event in Florida. All right, so there's a phrase in business. It's called dollar cost average, okay? And there's also another phrase in business which I believe is, and in life in general, risk versus reward. What's my risk? If I make a flippant comment like I did and some troll takes advantage of me, which I will not mention, that happened to me 2 weeks ago, well, that was an immense risk and a terrible, useless, fake attack on me and price that I paid. But I lost 5 hours of my life in a hospital saying, no, I'm totally cool. No, I'm totally straight. I have a fully clean mental health evaluation, which I keep right here for all of you guys to see. I keep it right here, folks. Right here. No known problem. All right? Very simply, what happened to me is some fucking troll on the internet who obviously doesn't like Trump and doesn't like me or my content decided to somehow, you know, dig up my personal information and say, oh, this guy is suicidal. And I ended up with an ambulance and cops at my house, and I had to go through 5 hours of nonsense and then be released with a clean bill of health and a nice conversation with a very nice woman. And she's like, yeah, you're totally fine. That really sucks that this happened to you, man. And I'm like, yeah, I know. Yeah, it was terrible. So that to me, although I will never forget it for the rest of my life, and that's not a threat, it's not a vendetta, it's not anything. I've let it go spiritually, I've let it go, period. I don't care anymore. It's something that happened, it was shitty. Hey, at least I wasn't in a frickin' car accident and, like, lost a leg and, you know, my left arm or something, right? Or went blind. You know, or got meningitis and ended up in a hospital bed for 5 years. At least that didn't happen. I just had a shitty thing happen to me on a Saturday because of some prick on YouTube. Okay? Making unfounded claims about me. Alright? So, I'm not going to stop live streaming. I'm not going to stop live streaming. I have a very, very dedicated audience. And my audience is a shared audience with very large entities, up to and including Gramps House Fox, who streams Fox, and JujuBot, and now Blackie Fitzpatrick, aka Alec Whittier, and also Harley Girl does a stream, I guess, on Saturdays now at 1 p.m., which I missed last week, and I will certainly not miss this weekend. And various others who I'm inspiring to go out there And it's like, we all need to be citizen journalists, folks. We all need to be citizen journalists. I'm not a threat to myself or anybody else. I'm a very, very peaceful and frankly private person, except for the fact that I live stream on YouTube for millions to see, right? Except for the fact that I live stream on YouTube and we all just share our thoughts and talk about them on things such as politics, could be pets, could be food. Oh, which reminds me, Gorf is another great live stream, Gorf, but he's over on twitch.tv, not YouTube. I'm a very peaceful person, and I don't wish ill will on anybody else or myself, all right? I like to live stream because what I feel it provides is an avenue, you know, one avenue out of dozens in our community for us to come together and talk about issues that you don't see on Fox News necessarily, that you're never going to see on CNN or MSDNC or Rachel Maddow or any of that stuff. So that's why I live stream, and it's a very peaceful and cool thing. And sometimes I get a little bit heated, sometimes I get a little bit too emotional, and I get that that might stress some people out and make them worry about me. I can promise you this, there is no known problem, okay? And in fact, I've actually classified my show as an entertainment show, all right? This show is for entertainment values, entertainment purposes only, okay? So yes, we talk about serious subject matters, conspiracies, political things. Sometimes we talk about the, best way to build a burger. Sometimes we talk about the best way to maybe bake a cod steak or something, or a swordfish steak, cod fillet, swordfish steak. We talk about whatever. We can talk about fishing. We can talk about anything you guys want. But I promise my audience, and I'm saying this to you right now with a very clear, sober, and sound mind, and I'm looking directly at you through the, I'm not looking at myself on the screen. I'm looking directly at you into the camera. All right? I'm a very sound mind. I am not a danger to myself or to anybody else. I have a clean bill of health, as I just showed you. Mental, physical, everything else. Right? Not that I don't have problems in my life. Everybody has problems in their lives. Life is the journey and the balance between one's ability to balance out the problems versus like what you're trying to do. So it's like you're trying to do something, we all have goals, right? And then there's fucking bullshit, aka problems, but I'll call it fucking bullshit. And that's all life is balancing the two in a responsible manner. And I feel that I do that. And I feel that my stream is very articulate, intelligent, and frankly needed, because more people have woken up to Building 7 because I exist online in a live stream format. I think more people have woken up to Sandy Hook, which didn't happen because of me, because of my online live stream. I think more people have woken up to Pizzagate because I promote the expert on Pizzagate, David Seaman, who I've never talked to him personally. He's never been in my live stream, but I watch him every time he's on. He's actually on right now, but I'm on. All right? There's nothing wrong with us, folks. There's nothing wrong with us. We're not crazy people. We're not crazy people. When Building 7 falls into complete dustification in 10.1 seconds without being hit by any debris, there's a problem there. All right? There's a problem that just needs to be talked about. That doesn't mean that I'm mentally ill or crazy. And if I end up in a certain emotional state one day or another, or 1 minute to the next, or whatever it is, and if I start screaming at my iPhone in my car, and I'm like yelling at my iPhone, that doesn't make me crazy. It means I am just releasing my very, very well-researched and rational anger on being fucking lied to about the fact that Building 7 was taken down by Anya, Osama, and 19 young Arabs. All right? I figured this story out. I've been researching it for 17 goddamn years. I've learned a couple things. I'm not crazy. I'm not a lunatic. I'm not out to harm myself or others or anybody's property or my own property. I just do a YouTube stream. It's a fucking YouTube stream. All right? So those of the older generation, and I'll just leave it at that, who have a problem with the fact that they might know me, whether it's through our connected genetics, I'll just leave it there, or, you know, whatever. If you have a problem with me, you know, doing a live stream on YouTube, well, I'm very sorry that you have a problem with that, but I'm not breaking any rules. I'm not harming anyone. In fact, I'm helping folks. And just the fact that you're uncomfortable with it doesn't make what I'm doing wrong, and certainly doesn't mean that I should not be doing what I'm doing. Okay? So that's my opening statement, and obviously the biggest news story of the day, everybody knows what that is, and this is above and beyond a news, you know, live stream interactive channel. So if you guys want to talk about the incident in Florida, cool. But if you want to talk about anything else, let's go for it. Who's first? What do we got? I'll start reading some comments now. Yeah, Siri's a bitch. I don't put up with Siri. I disabled that. I disabled that little AI robot. No Siri from me. So I'm assuming everybody is following the story in Florida, which is obviously the biggest and saddest news story of not only the day, but a generation. Absolutely terrible. Absolutely terrible. But just to keep in congruence with my beliefs and my research, you know, first we have to let the day pass, and then we'll let the week pass, and then in a few weeks we have to start looking into, did this person have any, you know, aunts, uncles, father, son, brother, you know, that kind of stuff, who were involved in the CIA? Were they ever, you know, mentally institutionalized? Were they ever possibly a victim of government mind control? Not that every situation like this involves those people, but a lot of them do, from my research at least. Oh, my Valentine is here somewhere. Yo, what up, Heather? Yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Yep. No, I'm not saying the Florida shooting wasn't real. I know how to pick out the false flags, like, you know, I can spot it like a, you know, like a flat tire, or a, you know, why is that fucking light on the Christmas tree, you know, not, I can, bad analogies, I know, but I can spot the fake ones very, very easily. Yes, the incident that happened in Florida absolutely happened. Absolutely happened. Now, what led up to it is the question. That's what I ask. See what I'm saying? That's my line item thought process. Not crazy, not a lunatic, not insane. Myself, I mean, it's just a live stream, folks. I'm very calm. I'm in a good mood. I've got money in the bank. All right? Work is going great. Personal life is a little bit lonely, but that's what happens when you're a fucking 5'3" Caucasian conspiracy theorist. Not exactly a natural ladies' man. But yeah, the incident in Florida absolutely happened, yes. Yeah, the FBI fucked it up, says Alec. Yeah, once the story started really coming out to fruition, even on mainstream media, which is very surprising. I think Fox's coverage of the shooting in Florida was pretty exemplary by MSM standards today, because they started bringing up right away, or after about an hour and a half into the story being fresh. Let me just say this correctly. The FBI fucked it up. Yeah, this kid, this little prick. I'm not even going to say his name out loud, and no one type his name. I don't want it on my channel. And if anybody types his name, delete it. I don't want that fucking prick's name on my channel. But, yeah, he was on the FBI's radar. He had problems. He had all kinds of guns and all kinds of things going on. And just no one caught it. And sadly, when you live in my world of conspiracy land, sometimes there are things called wind-up toys. Who's familiar with the concept of wind-up toy? Press 1. If you are not familiar, please press 2. And for those who press 2, I'll explain what a wind-up toy is. Alright, Alec. Yeah, Heather knows. Heather really needs to become my fucking girlfriend. We're just on this... And I'm not harassing you. I'm not, like, you know, saying this over and over again. But I'm actually, like... you're a very attractive person by your avatar. But you're even more attractive to me by what you know. Your brain. Your brains, kid. Your brains, kid, as they say in Boston. Heather is a very attractive person. Alright, let's back up a little bit. Let me read Jeremy and then we'll back up. At JB Licafefe, which is yours truly. I'd like to talk to you one-on-one about 9/11. My good friend was New York Police Department at Ground Zero. Not appropriate for this platform. I disagree. My platform is basically built on the predicate of 9/11, Sandy Hook, and Pizzagate. I give credit to Pizzagate to David Seaman. He does a much better job than I can possibly do. But if you're not comfortable talking about that here out loud, that's cool with me. That's fine. All right. 2222. All right. So what did I ask? I forget what I asked. Ah, fuck. Joy Stewart says, Gwen box spotted near my dog park. Yeah, we don't like those Gwen towers. Not good. All right, so I literally because I just, you know, I'm a stream of consciousness type of YouTuber. What was the 1-2 question that I just asked? I know it was about the incident in Florida. Oh, right, wind-up toy. Thank you very much, Heather. Thank you. See, Heather, here's the ring. If you choose to accept, I place it, the priest places it upon thee. All right, so my question is, or I'm just throwing it out there, okay? There are such things as wind-up toys. The definition of a wind-up toy in the conspiratorium, all right? The definition of a wind-up... See how calm I am, even in terrible circumstances with all that's going on? Very, very calm today. And I think I'm going to maintain this demeanor for my live streams going forward, because people get worried about me when I really start getting amped up and start screaming at the phone. I've literally screamed at the phone. Like, screamed at the top of my lungs. Surprised I haven't had the cops called on me by the neighbors. But I roll up the window. Anyway, I digress. The definition of a wind-up toy is the FBI, just like in this case, and this is what was breaking earlier, okay? The definition of a wind-up toy, you know, New World Order asset, doesn't necessarily have to be somebody who came out of a very complex and complicated CIA mind control program like John Wilkes Booth and fucking Lee Harvey Oswald and all those pieces of fucking garbage, right? They were very, very clearly, and if you look at their connections, J. Edgar Hoover, George H.W. Daddy Faggot Bush, look into all those, you know, those guys were not wind-up toys. They were orchestrated assassins and did jobs for the deep state, okay? Wow, I'm looking at all my YouTube alerts coming up right now. Every one of the live streamers that I follow are talking about the incident in Florida. And everyone's going live right now. I guess everyone just got out of work. Apparently they all live on the East Coast. But anyway, the definition of a wind-up toy is somebody who, let's say the FBI, the criminal, not the good ones, the criminal elements in the FBI and the CIA, they know for years through patterns of how they behaved in school, through patterns of how they performed on all those fucking MCAS and SATs and all that weird, mental multiple choice where it's not proving your intelligence or disproving your unintelligence or vice versa. It's not about any of that. It's about categorizing your mental, usage potentialities for the deep state kind of thing, of which I was one. That's another video. That's a previous video, but I should do a fresh one because that was a job back when I was in 8th grade. But anyway, so they go through and they select folks, and they have ways of making law enforcement, everybody always says, how did this person fall through the cracks? How were there so many warning signs and this person, went out and did what they did? How were there so many warning signs and this person was allowed to go out and go on this disgusting, massacre rampage? How were they allowed to do it? They weren't allowed to do it. They were designed to do it. They've known who these fucking freaks are for years. They've known how their brains work since they were fucking 6 years old. And they let them unleash themselves. And from all the evidence that I've seen in terms of the incident at the Florida school this morning, it appears to be that this has all the smell tests, basically, of one of these cases. If that makes any sense. Agree, please press 1. Disagree, please press 2. One. I hate to be a prude. I hate to do this, but I am so paranoid. Even though you made a joke there, Anthony, and it was funny, can you please delete that comment? I can't have that term for using and I'm being dead serious. Please delete it. I cannot have that term for using a sharp object in a violent manner on my live stream. Thank you very much. Thank you. I hate to be a prude. After what happened to me 2 weeks ago, I'm very cognizant of what's allowed in my live stream. So sorry about that, homie. It was funny. Fuck. Comment was funny as fuck, and very clever. But I can't. I can't. All right, let's go back and go through some of these. A Cobra says, I know about blow-up dolls. I don't think there will ever be a Hillary Clinton or Chelsea Clinton blow-up doll for adults. I just want to I want to tag that on to A Cobra's comment there. I don't think there's ever going to be one. You know why? I think the market value would be negative 50%. To be honest with you. Crystal Keith has posted a link. Wait, let me read Joy first, because she was first. Joy Stewart says, there are some quote, unquote, foster homes used to facilitate wind-up toys. Correct. Oh, yeah. Who's ripping each other off when I say correct after I read a comment? Is that Blackie ripping me off, or am I ripping Blackie off? I don't even remember. We're such good friends now over the internet, and we're definitely going to meet in person someday and have a fucking barbecue. We're like, you know, we're not gay with each other, but we're like, we say this, we're starting to talk in the same way. I don't know if I'm copying Blackie or if he's copying me. I forget. Yeah, it's a communal word. Cool. Good answer. Excellent. I think it's a regional thing. I said correct in Gramps today. Joy Stewart is being influenced by Blackie and or JB. You're both correct. Correct. Good stuff. You guys are a really, really great bunch. 16 watching, 11 likes, only 1 promotional link in Gramps, 16 watching live, and 11 likes. Wow. I love you guys. Great stuff. Great stuff. Anthony Gorton says, I triggered a liberal today. Well, that's like saying you got laid today. Good job, homie. Good job. Liberals are very, very easy to trigger. I know because most of my family are of the like. Very easy to trigger. All you have to say is Trump, and you can trigger a liberal. It's really rather amazing how, I mean, the hatred of our duly elected 45th president of the United States, who has absolutely ridiculous hair and orange skin and says inappropriate things from time to time. Our duly elected, beautifully golden-maned, orange-skinned, crazy-ass looking, crazy-ass acting 45th president of the United States. All you have to say is Trump, and you can just trigger a liberal, and they go fucking insane. It's hilarious. What is wrong with the left? What is wrong with the left? The party of Democrat and the party of freedom and freedom of choice, like my freedom of choice to fucking vote for our duly elected 45th awesome, orange, ridiculous-looking president of the United States. Probably will go down as the best president ever. Why are Democrats so incredibly triggered by just saying the word Trump? They go fucking insane. They go fucking insane. It's hilarious. It's like a comedy show that you don't even need to like be a smart enough and have that gene or whatever it is to be a comedian. All you have to do is go in front of a room full of liberals and go Trump, and the room erupts. That's all you have to do. What is this, folks? What's going on here? I think they're really that brainwashed, which is sad, but it's true. It's very true. Yeah, Alec knows. Joy Stewart asks, what happened to the American Civil Liberties Union that defended Nazi in Illinois? Well, the ACLU is a political wing of the Democrat Party, and that's been proven over and 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 over again. The American Civil Liberties... See, all right, now we can get into some kind of cool... Joy just got me on, you know... This is the stuff that I'm really good at, because it goes into my deep research, and I can't remember everything. I can't remember all the quadrillions of points that I've learned for 17 years worth of research. But Joy raised a great point, and I'm going to answer it in this way. And I'm going to answer it in a way that most people will not expect me to answer it. So Joy's question is, what happened to the American Civil Liberties Union that defended a Nazi in Illinois? I'm going to answer that in this way. Satan, the devil, works in... He's at least consistent, okay? He's at least consistent. What's black is white, what's white is black. I'm not talking about skin color. I mean, you know, what's black is white, what's white is black, what's up is down, what's down is up, what's good is bad, what's bad is good. That's how he works. All right? So the American Civil Liberties Union, let's just say those words again a little bit slower than I just said them back to you. The American Civil Liberties Union. It's really an arm of the hardcore left wing, okay, under the guise of defending minorities, etc., etc. But the American Civil Liberties Union is really the American Civil Slavery Union. They're designed to mentally enslave us, or their purpose is to mentally enslave us, to get us to shut up, to get us to only talk in politically correct fashion. That's what the ACLU is, all right? It's the opposite of its own name. And that's what so many of these governmental agencies are. Do you guys agree? Press 1 if you agree. Press 2 if you disagree. What up, Troglodyte? What up, Avenger? Yeah, Heather knows. I am just, like, falling head over heels for Heather. This is driving me insane. Hey, Heather, you should consider dating guys that do weird-ass fucking live streams for an hour and 40 minutes in their car after work when they have a bladder full of piss. I think it'd do right by you. And by me. I love Heather. Heather's cool. Or Crystal. Heather and Crystal, equal in my book. Beautiful ladies, beautiful minds. Most importantly, first, beautiful minds. Most importantly, first, beautiful minds. Let's remember that, folks. Hey, what's up, Zygo? How you doing, homie? Thanks for coming by. I like your new avatar. It's creepy as fuck. I know it's not that new, but I'm just noticing it right now. What's that, an Anunnaki skull? The fallen... Is that a fallen angel skull? That shit's badass, motherfucker. I love that thing. It's his real photo. Well, if that's his real photo, someone, you know, you need to go to the hospital and quick. JB, if oh, I didn't know you were married, Heather. You probably told me that, but sometimes I smoke pot or drink too much and I forget shit. I'd drive up and sit in the car with you. Very, very cool, Heather, and I appreciate that. And yes, if you did that while being married, assuming your husband is a violent person, when you got back, you'd get fucked up. Again, joking, just making jokes. This is a entertainment channel only. This channel is for entertainment purposes only. Okay? No one's freaking out. I did not threaten Heather's husband with domestic violence. All right? Or vice versa, or any way of the three-way. I'm just making jokes. That's all it is. This show is for entertainment purposes only. You are here. All of you are here. Of your own free will. Okay? So when I make a joke, all right, you need to be adult enough to realize that it's a joke, okay? I trust you guys with that, okay? Oh, Joe Davis is here. I talked to Joe Davis on the phone last night or maybe the night before. I love Joe Davis. Joe Davis is somebody else that I want to, like, you know, date. But she's also far away. I love Joe Davis. Joe Davis has been with, not me, but us forever. Gramps, Golden State Times, Jujubot. And she has the sweetest sounding southern fucking accent. It drives me crazy. Drives me crazy. How many guys in this room find women with southern-esque, southern-esque accents very, very attractive? Hit 1 for yes, hit 2 for no. Not obnoxious southern accents. Like, I hate it when people say, fried chicken, fried chicken. That's not sexy. And I can't pretend to do a southern accent because I don't have the gene, apparently. I don't know how to do it. If I could do a southern accent, I would do one right now, but I don't have that capability, unfortunately. I love all accents. Alec, you have a bit of an interesting accent, and it's not a Boston accent. You pronounce some words Boston-esque in a way. I notice when I watch your live streams, by the way, Alec Whittier, aka Blackie Fitzpatrick, would you like to, before I, start doing this whole thing, like, are you going to go on tonight, or, and if so, what time? The usual 6:30 Eastern Standard? It's a traveler's accent. Oh, okay. That makes sense. Good answer, homie. That's from Anthony Gorton. Cool. So Alec, a.k.a. Blackie, will be on at 6:30 Eastern Standard Time. So make sure I'll probably sign off in another... I'll do another 25 minutes. And then Blackie will go live at 6:30. For your viewing pleasure. For your viewing entertainment and informative pleasure. My friend Blackie will go on. Hey, yo, Blackie, I forgot if I got a little bit blasted last night. I forgot if I've asked you this. This is a question directed directly at Blackie Fitzpatrick. Assuming that I would be able to get you to, trust me enough to have, like, an invite or something. Because I never take vacations. I always just take my work paychecks for all my vacation time that I never use because I just work all the time. Assuming I actually took, like, let's say a 10-day vacation, and assuming, I'm making a lot of assumptions right here. All right, this is Assumption College. All right, ready? I think that's an all-girls school. Anyway, if you ever invited me and I wanted to hop on a plane and could stay at your place for free and, for my cost of rent for 10 days or whatever, I would buy all the, bratwurst and all the fucking, steaks and all the fucking, chicken thighs that we can grill and all the fucking, beers we could drink. If I provided for all of the provisions for a 10-day period, what would it cost me in a hypothetical situation, assuming I was ever invited, to fly to fucking Austria from Boston and spend 10 days and then fly back? What would it cost? $1,200, $2,500, $3,000, $5,000? Just curious. $2,000. All right. Well, we should talk about that in the future, man. A Cobra says $1 million. Well, just because I look like $1 million doesn't mean it's going to cost me $1 million, homie. I'm small enough where I could climb into a frickin' carry-on bag and just be really silent, and I could probably fly for free. What a ridiculous statement. Joking. Lira. I have a lira. My roommate went to Turkey, and I asked him, and I paid him for it. I asked him if he would bring me back a piece of Turkish currency. So I have a 50 lira stapled up on my corkboard in my room. So I already have 50 bucks Turkish lira. Or 50, I guess you can't say bucks. JB in Austria, that would be YouTube effing gold. Well, tell that to Blackie. Get her to invite me. I'm not going to invite myself to someone else's party, but I just had the thought. So I said it out loud. I said it out loud. It's just a thought I had, you know, little thought bubble turns into... And then I say it on YouTube. Nothing wrong with that. Alec Whittier says, book it, JB. Are you serious? Because if this is a monumental event right now. If you want to meet in person, homie, my friend, Alec Whittier, a.k.a. Blackie Fitzpatrick, if you want to meet in person, I will fucking take a 10-day vacation and I will fly to goddamn Austria. Because otherwise, if I don't use my vacation time, which I never do, I'll just end up taking a payoff check at the end of the year from the company that I work for. I will absolutely fly to Austria. I think that would be really cool. Is this an official invitation? Come in summer. That sounds like an official invitation to me, folks. Yo, super cool. June, July, or let's just do this right now live on YouTube. Who gives a fuck? I don't have a life. I don't have a girlfriend. I don't do anything except research the most important stuff that exists in the history of the world. June, July, or August, Blackie? Let's narrow this down. Let's do this live right on YouTube. This is historic shit. This has never happened. This is why my stream is fucking balls ass. Because this stuff never happens. July, okay? Week of 4th of July probably wouldn't be good because, you know, traffic, air traffic and, you know, plane ticket prices, etc., etc. Lots of flights around the week of the 4th. So how about 3rd week of July of this coming year? End of July. All right, 4th week of July. Do you have a calendar? Can you tell me what the dates and days are? This is historic, folks. This has never happened. This has never happened. And what you're also seeing right here, just so everyone can share with Blackie Fitzpatrick and myself, a.k.a. Alec Whittier, and vice versa, in full disclosure, number one, this has never happened, and number two, I think it's actually going to happen. I'm going to use my vacation time, and I'm going to fly to fucking Austria. I've never flown over the Atlantic Ocean. That's going to be scary as fuck. I hate flying. But I'll do it. And can you imagine that live stream? That will be as popular as when Harmony Carter was doing the live stream with David Seaman, who both of which are heroes of mine. So if you guys don't know Harmony Carter, and if you don't know David Seaman, find them on YouTube and watch their stuff. Very, very good channels. Yo, what up, Henry Rifle? Okay. So fly out Saturday the 21st, fly back the 29th. Nice. Nice. Can I stay on your couch? I'm not going to be able to bring any weed. I don't want to sneak any weed onto any, you know, aircraft. I'm going to do it. You know what I'm going to fucking do? Is tomorrow morning at work, I'm going to put in to be off the last week of July, and then I'm going to fucking book my plane ticket to get a cheaper price because it's so far in advance. To get a cheaper price because it's so far in advance. Very cool. This has never happened before. Oh, I forgot. Yeah, because they legalized, like every other sane nation. Tony! Alright, so anyway. Now that that little nugget's out there, and that little, granular, you know, potential thought bubble is in everyone's brains right now. Hey, now all of you sad sacks out there have something to look for, and I'm joking, obviously, but now all of you sad sacks out there have something to look forward to. You can set your timers and alarms right now for JB live in fucking Austria. I've been to I'm not well traveled. I will say this. That's why it's going to be scary as hell for me to do. I've been to Canada. I've been to New Orleans. I live in Boston, obviously. I've been to New Hampshire, Vermont. I've been to New York City. I've been to Philly because I dated a girl from Philly. And aside from that, I've never flown over the Atlantic Ocean to another country. That's fucking crazy for me. Wow. And yes, there will be... It's basically going to be... Wait, Blackie, how tall are you again? Aren't you like 6'7"? I forget. Well, let's say welcome to Europe once I land. 6'2". Alright, so Blackie's tall as fuck, right? So here's what we're gonna have. We're gonna have two white guys from Boston and fucking Austria in the last week of July doing live streams and also just hanging out and really getting to know each other as, like, basically brothers. Talking a lot of politics, talking a lot of girls. Maybe, do you go to strip clubs? I don't like strip clubs. Do you go to strip clubs, Blackie? I'm not a fan. I think they're seedy and disgusting. And I'm not being a prude, but I'm just curious. Oh, nude beach. Okay, cool. Yeah, little and large. So that goes right back to my point. So there's going to be all these... Come this summer, assuming they don't shut down YouTube, and even if they do, something else like Twitch.tv will take over. So I don't think they're going to be able to shut down YouTube, but if they do, we'll film it on Twitch. But there's going to be a 6'2", you know, white guy, right? Good-looking white guy. And there's going to be a 5'3", good-looking white guy with a stupid Trump hat that I wear sideways because I'm a fucking gangsta, right? Walking around frickin' Austria, like filming the fuck out of stuff and blogging constantly. And we're just gonna annoy everyone because we're probably both gonna talk too loud at, you know, Belgian waffle houses or something. Yeah, I want the extra breakfast sausage, motherfucker. I'm from Boston. Give it to me now. Please. How ridiculous. But this is really going to happen, by the way, folks. It's already been pre-decided. I'm feeling extra charismatic today. I hope that's coming across in my speech patterns, etc., etc. All right, let's read some more comments here. Yeah, I like that. Little and large. Blackie and I should be known as Little and Large. And I'm happy to hold the mantle of Little. I'm not a tall guy, folks. Not my choice. Not my choice. I can't go back and scream at the womb and be like, yo, sperm and ova, could we have done something else? You know, I can't do that. Oh, cool. I do vodka cranberry on airplanes. Blackie. Alec. I do vodka cranberries. National Lampoon's JB European Vacation. Yeah. Don't wear shorts and black socks. All right, now this is getting fun. Now we have tons of content. That whole entire exchange just caused so much content. Don't wear shorts and black socks. You know what I'll do, Joy, just to spite you, is I will wear cargo shorts with both of the cargo pockets filled with fucking bags of Cheerios. And I will wear woolen knitted socks on the beach in the sand awkwardly, and when people look at me like I'm strange, I will just turn to them and go, I'm not from here. I'm not from here. Sorry. That's what I'm gonna do. It's exactly what I'm gonna do. It's exactly what I'm gonna do. That's exactly what I'm gonna do. All right, I'm going to let some more of these comments build up because they're rather funny. I appreciate that you guys laugh at my stuff, by the way, with the emojis. Thank you very much. I've always been told I'm you know, at work and in my personal life, when I'm in a good mood, I'm a decently funny person. I'm not comedian level funny, but I'm right on the edge when I'm on point. And I'm not always on point. Sometimes I'm the most miserable fuck to be around. But sometimes I can be very funny, and that was that was pretty good. As indicated by all of the you know, emojis. Emojis. What the fuck is the term emoji, by the way? I thought it was emoticon. I guess they shortened it? I thought they were called emoticons. I would beat the fuck out of Alec in a, aka Blackie, in an eating contest in spades. And yes, that is a challenge. Could be hot dogs, could be cheeseburgers, could be anything like that. Yeah, Alec knows. He's already admitted early defeat. Yeah, I can eat a lot. I'm not fat. I'm in great shape, aside from smoking cigarettes and drinking too much, but I'm in great shape. Maybe a ramen noodle eating contest or something. Or maybe, no, what's that fucking dish? What's that fucking dish that's native to Austria? The beef one with the buttered noodles and the sour cream. And it's got like beef and the buttered noodles and the... What the fuck is that thing called? Goulash. Goulash. Yeah, beef goulash. No, it's not bat droppings. That's called guano. Yeah, it's like some seared and then sauteed beef served on like, but not like ground beef or like meatballs. It's like stew meat basically, but cooked until very tender and then served on a bed of buttered egg noodles with dollops of sour cream. It's like a it's a fucking Austrian delicacy. I think it's Hungarian, but it's more popular in Austria. Oh, is it goulash or stroganoff? Damn it, I suck. Oh, it is stroganoff. Okay. All right, sorry. But I thought beef stroganoff was that thing that comes in the packages from the supermarket. You know, like the Lipton beef stroganoff. Open up packet, put in pot, heat water, boil, and then eat it when you're fucking stoned at 2:42 in the morning on a Saturday. Naked, sitting on the couch alone. All right, so goddamn it, is it goulash or stroganoff? What am I missing here? Or are they the same thing? I feel like I'm screwing up. They're very similar. Okay, cool. Alex says they are very different. Okay. Hey, yo, Alec, can I take Heather with me on that flight when we go to Austria? Which is really going to happen, by the way. You're going to be hosting a guest from Boston, Massachusetts that you met on fucking YouTube. How creepy and insane is that? Yo, Heather, where are you from? You're from Pennsylvania, right? It's going to be an expensive flight nonetheless. I mean, Jesus Christ. Talking about crossing the pond here. Oh, Florida. Okay. All right. Yeah, that's an expensive-ass flight. I would love it if Heather would join us. Could you imagine a YouTube live stream, right? I mean, this is like info porn for you guys. So there's InfoWars, right? This is info porn. Can you imagine a live stream with Heather, Blackie, and JB all on Blackie's creepy-ass little fucking computer that's like this big, right? Hanging out, eating beef stroganoff or goulash. Just chilling, like, yeah. No, this shit's good. Yeah, no, Blackie, thanks for letting me sleep in your fucking cat bed or whatever. No, Heather can have the couch. I'll curl up in the cat bed. I'm small enough, all right? Yeah, no, this beef goulash is fucking balls. Good shit. Good stuff. Oh my God. What has my stream turned into? All right. Let's get back into the, because I want to kind of take back control of my stream here. It is what I, and all of you, I hope, consider at its baser points to be a news stream. So horrible thing happened in Florida. Another mass shooting. Why are there so many mass shootings, folks? Why are there so many mass shootings? What's going on here, folks? What is this garbage? What goes wrong in someone's mind? I have bad days, I have good days, I have medium days, I have all kinds of days. Okay? I would never take up firearms or a weapon of any kind. It doesn't have to be a gun. It could be a fucking kitchen knife. I never, ever have one brain cell in this dome right here that would ever allow me to, like, go on a rampage and, you know, injure or kill folks. And yet we have all these mass shootings. We know Sandy, or at least I won't include you guys in this. It's my research, okay? So I won't include you guys in this bunch, but I know that Sandy Hook was a fake and didn't happen, but conversely, I know that this one was real. What's going on here, folks? What compels people to do shit like this? What's going on here, folks? Because this is a massive problem. And I'm pissed off about it. I'm pissed off and depressed about it. Oh, good piece of info that I did not hear. This comes from Avenger, one of our newest moderators. Avenger says, what up, Avenger, by the way? Thanks for coming by. Avenger says, I heard that the teachers picked on him and bullied him a lot. And he was also bullied by his peers, aka fellow students. Well, I was bullied by teachers and peers and, you know, everybody. I'm the ultimate bully victim, all right? So there has to be something else going on here. I mean, I'm just trying to rationalize my own brain thinking about this kind of thing. Because I was bullied by teachers, by peers. I've been bullied my entire life. I'm 5'3", I'm a fucking nerd. I speak more intelligently than basically everybody around me, okay? Including, like, you know, friends, family. And I'm not bragging. I'm just saying it's my one, what I would call tangible asset, all right, is my speaking ability. I was bullied by I've been bullied from age 6 to 15 minutes ago, okay? And I have no desire to, you know, mass casualty event. Absolutely none. Never have, never will. You know why? Because I have a conscience. I'm not a psychopath. I care about others' lives. I realize that people are dicks, and I have the balls, and I'm man enough to say, you know what? Not everyone's going to like you. That's one of the best pieces of advice I ever received. I think it was from my dad. But I've heard it in other avenues as well. Not everyone's going to like you. Alright? So if people don't like you, that doesn't give you the excuse in any way. Could be spiritual way, could be, you know, in terms of your life, could be in terms of whatever. No one has justification to create mass violent events or even individual violent events. That's why we have a legal system. If someone fucks with you, use the legal system. You don't just take a fucking firearm or any other various form of weapon and go out and fucking, you know, whatever this sicko did. You don't do that. God damn it. Because, if anything, at the end of the day, it makes you a coward. And you know, I want to phrase this very, very carefully. I want you guys to understand very, very carefully what I'm about to say right here, okay? All right? I think it's good that this particular shooter did not, you know, do the mass shooting and then just did the, you know, the suicide thing. Or be shot by, you know, law enforcement officials. Pieces of garbage like this need to be condemned, 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 and forever shunned. And they've not only disgraced their own name, right? The name on their driver's license or whatever, assuming this individual had one, or birth certificate. But the further and ongoing and forever disgrace, unfortunately, is going to be painted upon the family of this individual. The further and ongoing and forever disgrace is going to be painted by society on this individual. And when he rots in a jail cell for the rest of his miserable little fucking life and gets raped by, you know, Toby Tubesteak and, you know, Mikey fucking Loney Dick or whatever, all day in prison because he's a cute little prison fucking boy for the rest of his life. For the rest of his life. Just constantly being ass raped. Can you imagine that? What more of a deterrent? All right? Aside from the moral deterrent, because this individual obviously did not have the moral compass to make a rational decision to say, hey, I'm thinking about doing this, but you know what? I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to back off. I'm going to back off. And this little motherfucker went out and did it. This little motherfucker went out and did it. This little motherfucker went out and did it. So now he gets raped in the ass by Tony Tubesteak for the rest of his life in prison, while at least 17 families are going to be grieving for the rest of their lives in an unimaginable capacity. I'm not reading your comments right now. I'm on a rant. In an unimaginable capacity. How does a parent receive a phone call that says that we need you to come to this medical facility because there was a mass shooting today? How does a parent possibly process this? We have credible evidence that perhaps your son or daughter, you may need to come identify in a morgue. In a morgue. Let's let that sink in. I'll shut up for a second. And you guys should shut up too. Stop commenting. Let's let that sink in. Just try to kind of like really internalize the feeling. Ring, 2 rings. Your son and or daughter may be the victim of a mass shooting that happened today at the school that they attend. I'm trying not to cry right now. And it's not easy. And you have to come identify them. What the? I'm not a parent myself. So that's... What the hell would that be like? I mean, Jesus Christ. Just God bless those families, folks. Just God bless those families. All we can do is pray for those families and the mothers and fathers of the you know, with what happened there. This stuff is not okay, folks. Thank you for enjoying JB Live. JB is taking a break right now. Can you imagine being the family where you... Here's how their day probably went. All right, let's just go through the ugly truth. Let's just dig through the mud. All right? Let's just dig through the mud. Can you imagine being a parent of a child at a school? And this happened in the town I grew up in, by the way. It wasn't at a school. It was at It was at a business facility. Michael McDermott. Does anybody know Michael McDermott's shooting? Press 1 if you are aware of the Michael McDermott mass shooting event. Yeah, look up Michael McDermott, because that happened a fucking 150 feet from where I grew up. But can you imagine being a parent? And maybe because everybody is on the internet these days, because everybody is on, when I do the awkward face up like that, it's because I got another YouTube alert and I can't read it because I'm fucking blind. Can you imagine being a parent and you see on the news, maybe they're at work because everyone's busy? I'm going to be able to hold myself together, no problem. No problem. And seeing on the television screen, potential active shooter live mass shooting event at said school. Doesn't matter what it is. Not Sandy Hook, because Sandy Hook did not happen. That was a fake. This one did happen. And if you guys want to get into me on that stuff, I'll tell you how I come to those conclusions. But can you imagine being a parent and know that you have one or two or friends or whatever children at a school, and the news alert comes on, the local news, and then the national media, because it becomes a national media story, and the news alert comes in and it goes, "We are investigating and stopping an active shooter event at said school, at so-and-so school." And then the parent says to themselves, so the first step in the process is probably like this. And I don't mean to be super dark. This is not what my channel is about. My channel is about conspiracy theories, okay? That's what my channel is. But we have to cover this stuff. It's become a news channel, all right? My stream has become a reasonably popular news channel, all right? But we have to cover this. But I'm really just trying to process it and think about what it must be. I don't have kids myself. But when you think about what that moment must be like, what that moment must be like, and I'm still not reading your comments, I apologize. I'm on kind of like my own, I'm actually now, it's like settling in. I'm kind of reprocessing it right now, all right? So I don't mean to be a dick. I'm just not really kind of, you know, doing a good job being a live streamer right now. And then the parent gets that phone call and they say, "Is your last name so-and-so?" And they say, "Yes." And then they go, "Does your so-and-so attend this facility or school or whatever?" And they say, "Yes." And they're probably hyperventilating at this point. And they go, "Well, you need to come down to the hospital immediately." And then at that point, at that fulcrum point, can you imagine what the parent is thinking? Can you imagine what the... Can you imagine what the... Can you imagine what's going through their minds at that point? Can anybody imagine what's going through their minds at that point? And then they... And then they go to the morgue. And they... And then they go to the morgue. And they... And then they have... And then they have to identify and see somebody there. Who was their child? And then they have to see somebody there. You know, laying cold on a table. And then they have to fucking see somebody there who was shot in a who was shot in a mass shooting for no reason. No reason. Life taken, no reason. No reason. Totally random. No warning, no protection. I hope they take... I'm going to end this stream right now. I'm going to end this stream right now. I'm going to end this stream right now. Get your last comments in. You got 15 fucking seconds, my loyal chatters. Thank you very much. You got 15 seconds. Get your comments in rapidly. Because I'm going to make a final statement. I'm going to make a final statement. 10 seconds left. 5 seconds left. I hope they pour gasoline on this little faggot and set him on fire live. Stream over. I'm not, no threat, not crazy, very mentally sound, very mentally sound. I am very mentally sound. I hope they fucking pour gasoline on this little piece of shit and set him on fire. Bye. I'll do another stream later. Peace.